Focus, the hidden driver of excellence. Chapter 1. In your quest for success, you might lose many things, but you must never lose your focus. Life is an endless game of distractions falling over themselves to attract you, and what you allow into your space grows. If not careful, many distractions may influence the important tasks you have to do, making your work sloppy and full of mistakes. How well you pay attention determines your success at a certain task. Daniel Goleman. In a world suffering from attention deficit, learning to focus on your tasks will certainly make a difference for you. It just might be the difference between victory and defeat. Once you can channel your energy into doing the things that will bring you success, you move closer to achieving your dreams. It's not the chatter of people around us that is the most powerful distractor, but rather the chatter of our own minds. Utter concentration demands these inner voices be stilled. Daniel Goleman. This summary identifies all the mistakes you keep making, debunks the many myths about focus, and offers tips on increasing your attention span while working toward your life's goals. Stay tuned to discover why focus can be the one reason you break all the barriers you never knew existed. Chapter 2. The world is full of distractions, and the only way to thrive is to ignore them. The science of attention has found more importance as the years go by. There are more texts to reply to, more calls to return, and more games to win. Poor attention skills produce poor results because the less attention you pay to the important things, the more distracted you are. Like a muscle, you should train your attention regularly, or it will deteriorate. Some basic mental operations that are involved when you pay attention are comprehension, memory, learning, reading emotions, smooth interaction. Attention is an underrated asset in navigating through life, and a well-lived life demands the proper use of three kinds of focus. Inner focus adjusts to instincts and influences, beliefs and actions. Other focus facilitates relationships. Outer focus helps you cope with the larger world. When you find a balance, you'll gain more satisfaction from life. Attention connects you to the world and defines the type of experience you get from every encounter. Daniel Goleman. With the current advancements in technology and the widespread use of phones and other gadgets, there is a low attention span and a major disruption in human interaction. This situation is alarming because emotional and social learning occurs through contact and interaction. Information consumes the attention of its recipients. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. Herbert Simon. Information consumes the attention of its recipients. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. Herbert Simon. Human relationships demand joint attention from all parties involved, which means wading through all the distractions that come your way. But this is no easy feat, as it gets harder by the day for people to leave their phones and other gadgets alone, even for a short while. The urge to check messages and view notifications lingers, even at the detriment of their jobs or education, hampering efficiency and leading to terrible mistakes. Did you know? Around 8% of American gamers between ages 8 and 18 meet the psychiatric diagnosis of addiction. Chapter 3. A good way to keep your attention flow active is to switch up routines and do the things you love. Distractions can be of two varieties. Sensory distraction, easy to notice, interacts with your senses. Reactions to it can be controlled. Emotional distraction, more difficult to ignore, emotionally charged, causes involuntary brain reactions. Emotional distractions are more prevalent, even for those who are very focused. But sometimes, a distracting thought helps you think through difficult moments. The dividing line between productive reflection and fruitless thinking lies in the outcome of both. If it produces a solution, then it is efficient. Attention is a limited capacity, and the more your focus gets disrupted, the more mistakes you are likely to make. The best way to remain on a chosen course is to pay strong, selective attention. We often need a flow of attention to keep our focus, but we can only obtain it while doing the things we love. Daniel Goleman. The pleasure you get from doing things you enjoy is an essential fuel for flow. If you discover what you are doing needs to push you to do more, you could change jobs to something that challenges your creativity and abilities. This change ensures you turn your focus to what makes you a better person. 19th-century French mathematicians Henri Poincaré and Carl Gauss experienced sudden insight in their research after years of searching for a solution. The answers dawned on them out of nowhere. Their revelation shows how your brain can bring something to your attention when an unexpected event happens. The top-down mind is at work when you pay voluntary attention, make choices, and exercise willpower. Conversely, reflexive attention, impulse, and habit are functions of the bottom-up mind. It is easy to get overwhelmed with activities. When this happens, there's an overload of attention that shrinks mental control. This stress makes you forget the things you ordinarily would know. Researchers have linked the high use of technological gadgets to obesity. The user's attention gets captured by many other factors, leading to low mental control and, ultimately, impulsive living. On the other hand, people often do things without a proper plan or preparation because there is already a routine. But living like this only makes them miss the moments and opportunities as they come. Chapter 4. The difference between success and failure lies in your ability to control your wandering mind. Attention is one of many ways to achieve goals and solve problems. It is often necessary to let the mind wander and produce thoughts you couldn't have gotten otherwise. It is impossible to control how often your mind wanders, but let it be when it does so toward your goals. Mind wandering promotes creativity and makes room for insights. Daniel Goleman. When you daydream or allow your mind to wander, you are exploring 3 stages of focus: orienting, searching out and immersing yourself in different kinds of input; selective attention, focusing on one specific challenge; open awareness, free association lets the solution emerge. At any given time, your mind can think up many ideas and possible solutions, but it is not likely to happen if you are too focused or distracted to notice insights. But amid the din and distraction of work life, poor listening has become an epidemic. Daniel Goleman. Allowing your mind to wander in a safe space is also important in determining how creative your thoughts will be. However, a constant wandering of the mind, especially when there's a task at hand, can be a reason for foul mood and unhappiness. Many times when you are away from a focused activity, your mind wanders even farther to the default zone, where you may begin to see yourself lacking in different areas of life. Catching your wandering mind is difficult even when you are determined to, because it is not always easy to notice it has wandered. So enters panoramic awareness, the practice of controlling your mind by staying in the present and attending to issues as they arise, thus decreasing wandering such that it only occurs when you want it to. Although it takes a lot of effort for the mind to focus on a task, with practice, it is possible. Just like a muscle, it is possible for the mind to get tense and fatigued, especially when you push it to the point of cognitive exhaustion. So, take a break, unplug, and relax your mind when making a deliberate switch from effortful to effortless attention. Chapter 5. All the things you do not know about yourself are the reasons you are not where you want to be. Believing in your values, even when things are not going right, is an important life skill. Self-awareness means understanding yourself and making sense of your feelings and bodily cues. Knowing yourself is the key to managing yourself. Daniel Goleman. Here are 2 primary types of self-awareness. Me deals with a person's perception of the past and future. I belongs to the present moment. It isn't enough to be self-aware or to see yourself in a positive light. The way others see you offers a valid evaluation of your true self, because not everyone will view you the same way you view yourself. The gap between how other people view you and your own opinion about yourself is the real you. Differing opinions people have of themselves and each other inform decisions made in a group. This diversity in opinions makes decisions better. Many things constantly battle for your attention, but they don't all deserve it. Choose the important things and stick to them. Daniel Goleman. One important tool in self-management is paying special attention to important issues and ignoring others. Your level of engagement regulates your emotions at every given time. Focus holds the key to willpower and is responsible for the choices you make, whether or not you will make that investment or walk up to that other person you've liked for years. Often, your willpower is why you choose to do some activities and leave others. When this happens, the following occurs: voluntary disengagement from a powerful stimulus, strong resistance to the stimulus, focus on a future goal. Most times, there is the fear that things will not turn out great. The ability to quickly notice and douse this fear by renewing focus on the goal depends on how self-aware you are. At every point, selective attention and open attention fight for your focus, but staying in either extreme makes it difficult to remain self-aware. Memorization and concentration work the attention muscle and improve your ability to focus, but there is no guarantee that the focus will stay glued to that spot. The ability to bring back your wandering attention is an indispensable skill. Chapter 6. In life's journey, you need other people, and they need to know that you understand them. Reading others' emotional cues is a great way to understand them. However, it can also be a significant cause of issues in human relationships if not properly handled. If someone tells you they feel a certain way, it is important to put yourself in their shoes and try to understand them before passing judgment. This is how you strengthen relationships. The ability to understand emotional signals from others is at the height of cognitive empathy. Daniel Goleman. While it is essential to understand others, it is also vital to empathize and act on nonverbal cues. An important way to ensure you do things that put people at ease and try to solve their problems is to be sensitive to their environment and culture. So, regularly studying other people and cultures will ensure you are properly attuned to avoid mistakes. Remember, one thing may be acceptable in one country, but regarded as a fox pass in another, so be sure your seemingly good intentions are not offensive to those who may not understand them. Throughout life, systems exist. They do not go away just because you are unaware of them. Things do not just happen on their own accord, but are caused by other pre-existing systems. The future is unpredictable, but you can take each moment as it comes and make it count. Chapter 7. Old tricks do not produce new results. You need to figure out what you're doing wrong and fix it. The myth of practicing for 10,000 hours to become a professional has circulated for so many generations that it has become every amateur's focus. Unfortunately, this is only partially true. If you repeat the wrong thing for 10,000 hours, you only get proficient at doing the wrong thing. Hours of practice are necessary for a great performance, but definitely not sufficient. The difference between mediocre and great performances is the level of attention you pay while practicing. Daniel Goleman. Sometimes it might be challenging to give yourself an objective assessment. You might be sure that what you are doing is right, and the lack of results will just confuse you. It could even rid you of motivation. A great way to assess your performance is to get feedback from family, friends, or even a mirror. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help or perspective. It points out the error in your practice and informs you of the areas where you need improvement. Other people can give you powerful insights that might help you on your journey of self-improvement. Sometimes, even when you focus your attention on doing that one thing you want to be perfect at, you can get tired. It's easy to put too much pressure on yourself. Doing your best demands lots of effort, and it's natural to take a break from time to time. At this point, you need rest because you can only optimally perform when you have total concentration. As is evident in almost every setting, phones have replaced human interaction. You can find everything you need online, which is very beneficial. But in the long run, this makes the brain lazy, as there is no connection that face-to-face interaction brings. Developed countries have adopted the social emotional learning program in their schools to teach students how to be present in conversations in real-life situations while improving their self-control and health. Chapter 8. Successful leadership requires that you expand your horizons and go the extra mile. Attention at work has a limited capacity as there are different stimuli to deal with simultaneously. So, the focus should be only on the things that have meaning. Good leadership depends on the following: the ability to focus your own attention, the ability to attract and direct the attention of others, getting and keeping others' attention. To achieve these goals, you need to think differently from how others would likely think by seeking new information while exploring undiscovered grounds. Your level of self-awareness determines how well you can manage yourself, your emotional health, and how you deal with others, which determines how much influence you will have on others. A high IQ does not automatically make you a leader. Rather, self-discipline, empathy, and your ability to persuade others are the qualities people want to see in their chosen leader. Being a leader also requires balance. There are many things to do simultaneously, so you must find the middle ground. But finding it requires constant focus. Some ideas that will enable you to connect better with others are: listen to your inner voice, coach others, show concern, pay attention to others, listen and be empathic, carefully consider advice from others, celebrate others' wins as a good source of encouragement, create a warm environment by encouraging freedom of expression. Introducing changes that are helpful to the public is a quality of a good leader. Daniel Goleman. To effectively lead others, think of the things that will include more people in the future and give them a voice even while working on the present goals. The key is to dream big while still living in the present, because people depend on your abilities. Chapter 9. Conclusion. Extraordinary results only come when you make a move way above average. Be the person who pays attention to the little things and doesn't relent until you find out what to do about a problem. Staying focused is how you achieve success. Be emotionally resilient. Many things will upset you, but you must bounce back quickly and restore focus on what truly counts. Emotional resilience activates your prefrontal cortex so that you can think clearly and make logical decisions. These rational decisions form the bedrock of your life and can create room for more success. Allow your mind to wander occasionally to prevent mental fatigue. Effectiveness reduces when you suffer from cognitive exhaustion. Take a walk, drink water, and do something you enjoy to enter a flow state. This state helps you think better. In this diffuse mode of thinking, you make new discoveries. Success doesn't come easy, but the journey can be worthwhile if you focus on doing what you love and thinking beyond the present as a leader, student, or parent. Nothing lasts forever. It is up to you to paint the picture of who you want to be and work toward it. Paying attention will help you achieve your dreams and change your life in more ways than you can dare to imagine. Try this. Feedback is important to make the right changes in your routine. Request feedback from family or friends regarding an activity you are passionate about and focus on making the necessary changes.